Okay, guys, here we are again. Sorry we're a bit late. If you're wondering why I'm trussed up like a look like a horse with all the headgear on, because my mic's a bit dodgy. This is about the fourth time I've had a go at recording this. Fourth and last time. If it doesn't work now, that's it. I've had enough. Thanks for dropping in again at the betting league. I hope you've had a good look around the site. There's lots of things on offer, lots of things to look at. A few new kids on the block trying to take my title off of me of the top tipster. And to be fair, the way my tipping's going at the minute, it won't take that much. But seriously, I'm having a bit of a sparse time, but because I get the big price winners, as you know from the figures, 100 and odd bets, 400% profit nearly, you know that I'll get them. It's just getting them and getting them right on the day. And then it'll be like buses, no doubt. There'll be a couple come at once and we'll be laughing. Just have to be patient and they'll get there. Still doing my dutiful bit of me decorating. So anyway, on to today. I'm going to concentrate on market raising because I like the jump racing better. The horses are more fun, it's more enjoyable, races last longer, more happens in the race, etc., etc. You know. So on to 245 at market raising. My big doubt about one of the favourites, Street Entertainer, is why they're putting the tongue strap on when he's been winning so well. It's always a worry when they change something that's not broken, and it has to be a worry. And then on top of that, if all the rain that we're getting here, which is about 30 miles, 35 miles from market raising, is they're getting it there, it's bound to change the going. And I don't think that Street Entertainer like that. He's a flatbred horse, and today's race will be run on proper jump racing going. So he might win. It wouldn't be surprised to win, but at the price, I think there's too many negatives. Knight in Purple is improving, but has never run in a race as competitive as this, and needs to find a lot more improvement to win. I think Kyle No Fairy, lovely horse, done us a couple of favours, particularly the first time when she won at 22 to 1 before being gambled down to about 7. Yes, she only won by the shortest of short margins, but she won and that did us a good turn. But today, my head has to rule my heart. All her wins have been at Newton Abbott, and I think she's another one that's not likely to be suited by the rain. So today, not for me. Latterly, trained locally, and I'm sure they'll love to win the race, but I don't think he's good enough. He might set the race up, lead most of the way, set the race up for a few of the finishers, and not for me. I'm not sure either if the soft ground or softening ground will suit the improving Ixora. A couple of times run on it and not run very well, but it might be that she weren't in the best form then, so it could be, the going might not make much difference. But it's got to be a worry. My Moment is interesting on his first run for new stable since moving from Andy Daly's yard to Tim Vaughan. Tongue tie for the first time and reverting back to hurdles. She could have a lightweight, or he could have a lightweight, so keep an eye on him. Darshan Geldin Rajnajan is the most likely winner, I think, but he's gone up 3 stones in the way, and eventually weight stops horses, and 3 stones a lot. His price is poor, and again, he might win, but not for me. So with doubts about the favourites, I'm going to have a little dabble on a combination exact of my 3 picks, which I think I'll give you a good run for your money, and if they come in for an exact, it should play well. Gloucester, who hard to win with, but likes this sort of race, likes it here, and the race will be run to suit. So I don't think he'll particularly necessarily win, but I think he'll run well at a big price. And the same applies to Caravel. Cheap pieces on first time. Will love the going, which is a major factor today. But again, I'm not sure if he's just good enough to win. But you never know. And then the winner I think will win is Fair Gale. I didn't think he'd win last time, but he surprised me. And if he carries on surprising me and improving a bit more, he's got a lot of potential. And I think he's a good price. I think he's got as good a chance as the favourites, nearly twice the price. So I think Fair Gale will be my selection, but only a bit of fun, not a serious bet. And like I say, I'm going to do a combination exact myself. You might follow me. It's up to you. Market raising 315. Whilst Adbury consistent, I think that Strawberry One has a lot of weight for what she's done. So not for me. King's Forest won a weak race last time, which was sort of gifted to him, and not for me today. I don't think not consistent enough. Degassar has been well placed to win a couple of soft races, but again, this is a lot harder and he'll struggle. Font has been much happier since reverting to hurdles. He didn't like fences, and in times he's never looked the most resolute of horses, so passed over today in what will be a tough race. Wesleyan Wind was trained by Charlie Egerton and has some good back form, which if he came back to that, he would win. But he's had a couple of runs for Brian Ellison on the flat without showing any massive improvement. So, unless they're keeping something back from us, which I doubt, then, is a poor price. King in Waiting has been running over fences, and he could have a lightweight, but for his return to small obstacles. David May is a great trainer, and I like him, but I just don't want to guess what they're going to find over hurdles. Strumble Ahead has won a couple of races, but not impressed, and he's not well weighted today with some of the horses he's beaten, and he won't get his own way up in front. So again, overlooked today on this sort of going. Life Loser as another one not for me. He's been well placed to win softish races, and while steadily improving, this is a much harder race. Zakatal was a horse to avoid after seeing me to come to win his races and then not going through with it. And obviously, after seeing that a few times, I laid him last time. Of course, he bolted up last time from a 100 to 1 shot. I'm not sure if the form's very good. Will the headgear work again? I don't know. So you're just guessing. So again, not for me. If you want to find out what if you want to find out what I think will win after I've told you what won't win, you need to dip into your pockets and subscribe for a month. You get a month's worth of all this rubbish, as some people will say. But we get there with the winners. So if you're getting your hands in your pocket, $29.99 for a month, you won't get any better value than that. Right, 3:45 at Market Racing, big race of the day over fences, and the going will change the result of this. A few horses were declared before the rain came and won't like it, and I think that one of the favourites, Schindler's Goal, is one of those. It's been a revelation since coming from Ireland and joining Dr. Newland, but those were weak races. It won well, admittedly, but stronger rivals today and the softening growing are a major worry for me today, so not for me as favourite. Classic Swain has been called some names in the past, Monkey, Dog, etc., but he usually wins his races in turn, but they're usually more moderate races and slower run. Today we'll have to really dig deep, and I don't think so. Sapphire de Bois has been back today, presumably because of the change in the going from the Bowen stable. But he's been out of form for a long while now, and he's run on good to soft, and I don't think it would get much worse than that. And so, while the going has changed, I don't think it's changed to be deep enough to bring a major return to form for him. So, not for me. North Island has won a couple here and is unbeaten over fences around here, but again in weaker races. Sonny Mullen has a lot of weight for what he's achieved, and is not again for me. Kangaroo Court would have a chance if he could keep his jumping together, but this is a really tough race to keep your jumping together and to prove it in. If you want to know what I think, I've told you what won't win. If you want to find out what I think will win, you need to dip into your pockets, open your wallets, let a few moths out, and pay $29.99 for a full month's worth of these selections and everything else. If you don't want to pay, have a look round at the guys in the tipping league. Some of those guys are really good. They put a lot of time and a lot of effort into what they do, as much time and effort as me probably, and they're not getting paid for it. So have a look, subscribe to them. If you don't want to subscribe to me, if you're too tight, subscribe to one of those guys. Looking again next week on Saturday. Cheers.